Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews with another ranking vid. This time around, I thought I'd do something really exciting. Now, I've seen lots of great old school action tunes, and some of those tunes actually have characters that are comic relief. Sometimes an action or action adventure or sci-fi or heck even fantasy series. So here it is. These are my 10 favorite comic relief characters in animated sci-fi, action adventure, and fantasy tunes. Number 10, Godzilla. It was 1978 when Hanna-Barbera gave us the Godzilla cartoon series that premiered on the NBC. Now, we had a bit of a comic relief in the form of Godzooky, who, of course, I actually thought he was a son of Godzilla, but not really. Usually I check from my sources, he's actually the nephew of Godzilla. So Hanna-Barbera introduced us to a first mischievous nephew even before Scrappy-Doo was introduced to the world of Scooby-Doo the following year. Well, sometimes it can be a bit of help trying to get in touch with Godzilla should the crew of the Calico have trouble trying to get in touch with him if their radar doesn't get through to him or something like that. It's been years since I last saw the show. But Godzooky's funny, but he's not one of the best, but he's funny though. Number 9, Herbie, the New Fantastic Four. Debuting on the Peacock the same year Godzilla did was the New Fantastic Four. Now, this show wasn't quite as well as the original Hanna-Barbera series from 1967, as the Human Torch was not featured because they were saving him for an upcoming series. And they were just afraid children would douse themselves with gasoline and light themselves to a flame. Terrible, man. And then so they brought in Herbie to join Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and The Thing in this series. Now, don't get me wrong, this character's alright, but he's real funny. He's done by Frank Welker, one of my favorite voiceovers. I like that. I've seen all of the New Fantastic Four. It's okay and all, but like I said, not as good as the 67 tune. But even so, pretty funny, bionic character. Number 8, Archie, Princess Guinevere, and the Jewel Riders. Now, since I just finally finished watching the series completely, I gotta say Archie is probably the biggest comic relief of this show. Even though we do have other characters on the show that are pretty silly. Like the baby animals on there, Sugar, a little green dragon, Cleo, a baby unicorn, and excuse me, Spike, a baby panther, who of course are taken care of by Tamara, who holds the Heartstone. But Archie, on the other hand, who is the pet owl of Merlin the Magician, teams with Gwen and the others. Archie's so scared sometimes and he just gets afraid of things. I just love the way he reacts to whatever happens behind his back or what have you, but it's very funny. I love it. If you've never seen this show, check out the Jewel Riders archive. They got every episode of it. I mean, Archie's a real funny character. I do love him. Number 7, Mo, Space Sentinels. In this underrated and forgotten gem that was originally known as the Young Sentinels at first, but it was changed to Space Sentinels later on due to the success of Star Wars, which came out the same year. In this Filmation-produced series, Mo, which was short for Maintenance Operator, is the maintenance worker for the computer brain Sentinel-1. Now, Lou Scheimer, who is uncredited from voice acting work, did this character's voice. And I can't say he's got a crush on Astria, one of these Sentinels, And he has some pretty funny lines. I could give you one of them, taken from the very first episode, Morpheus the Sinister Sentinel. And when Morpheus takes the form of a lizard and is about to become a lizard, and well, he turns to one and disappears because Sentinel-1 detects him. But then he turns into a lizard and disappears. And that's when Sentinel-1 tells him that the intruder's gone and that you may return to recharge. And that's when Mouse says, "You may return to recharge. You may return to recharge. Sometimes this job drives me nuts." Very funny line. Mo is just a lovable little robot. I do love this guy. He's got a lot to spunk him. Number 6, Cowl, She-Ra, Princess of Power. Well, he's actually a little bit of a comic relief character, even though we do have other comic reliefs like Madame Raz. Although, I'm sorry, she should have made not Cowl, but Cowl was considered more funnier. This part koala owl hybrid character who lives in the Whispering Woods with the Great Rebellion. Sometimes can be silly at times, but he can also be, well, helpful at times. But, well, that's just what I can say about him. Although it's a shame he doesn't appear in the new She-Ra series that came to Netflix last year. I did see a stuffed toy version of him along with a stuffed toy version character of Lookie, who is also a little bit of a funny character too. Oh well. Number 5, Hula Hula, Plastic Man. This is probably the only human character on this list. Hula Hula brings bad luck to Plastic Man and his blonde bombshell gal pal Penny. This was the one DC cartoon I'm sorry I didn't mention on my DC Toon ranking list. I'm sorry it didn't make it. That I'm going to be talking about in the future Saturday morning TV log. Though, despite he brings bad luck to Plastic and Penny, he actually manages to make up for it and, well, sees an old friend of his who acts as a contact to give him information on what villain they're trying to take down. And he has silly quotes too, kind of almost like Robin's Holy Moly. No, not Holy Moly, that's Shazam. Like, well, you know. Like, but it's all mostly Hawaiian stuff because of the Hawaiian shirt he wears, like Mother of Maui or crackling coconuts, leaping lava, popping pineapples, surfing surfboards. Oh boy, funny character. He's not too bad. Number 4, Needle, Conan the Adventurer. Introduced in 1992, this action series brings in the most powerful warrior ever, the mighty Conan the Barbarian. When I first got to see this show in 2011, I got most of the series on DVD, but unfortunately it's incomplete since sales for the last set didn't do so well for Shout Factory, so we haven't gotten the rest of the series. Neil's a baby phoenix who loves pomegranates. He comes from the magic shield that was given to Conan. And, well, Neil kind of talks in the style of a parrot, so that way he doesn't draw attention to people. Yeah, here's one of his first lines from the first episode. Neil not want to go with Big Dumb Barbarian. Yeah, that's why he always calls Conan that almost every time. Yeah. But anyway, he gives names to his other allies, like he calls Jasmine Stargirl and Snag, Redbeard, and Zula Tiger Prince, and forgot what the name he gives, Grey Wolf. Oh well. But Neil's a very funny character. I love him. Number 3, Bat-Mite, The New Adventures of Batman. Now this little mischievous imp, who originally came from the 5th dimension in the comic books, actually comes from another dimension called Ergo in the Filmation series, 2nd series of Batman that featured Adam West and Burt Ward. A mischievous, magical little imp who causes so much trouble. Yeah, Batman and Robin just don't care much for him to be around. he messes everything up. Like in one scene in the first episode, tries to stop the Joker and lets him get away. And he swings on a rope. Batman is like, whose side is he on anyway? Robin's like, I don't know, but he's wearing our colors. Oh boy. Yeah. Bat-Mite's a real crack up. He sometimes makes up for his situations, and he has a crush on Batgirl too. But I also did like him when he appeared on Batman the Brave and the Bold, where he was voiced by Paul Reubens. You know, Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, that was pretty memorable. Number 2, Slimer, the real Ghostbusters. Yes, after seeing this character in the Ghostbusters 1984 movie, Slimer became such a... think he became a big icon, and soon became the comedy relief for the Saturday morning show based on the Ghostbusters movie series. Well, sort of movie series, because Ghostbusters 2 didn't come out until 1989. But Frank Welker does the vocal effects real well. For Slimer, he's so funny. Especially for the later series, Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, very memorable. Maybe not as good as the original round of Real Ghostbusters, but still good though. Because that's what Frank Welker's one of my favorite voice acting influences. I do love this little gringo's. Sorry. This is why I'm about to soon take a break to rest of my voice. But anyway, number 1, Orko, He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. Yes, Orko, of course, comes from another dimension called Trala. He's this kooky little wizard, floats around, he's got a big red hat, red out cloak with a big black O on in the center. Excuse me. Anyway, I used to have an action figure of this guy, and, well, he's the real comic relief. He tries to use magic for everyone, but it really backfires, makes some people upset, most notably Man-at-Arms. Especially if he's catching Orko messing around with stuff in his workroom. Oh well, but he still proves to be a big ally to even He-Man. But even when he's back in his dimension, his powers actually work for a change. But Orko is just one of the funniest characters ever. One of the biggest, funniest comic reliefs in any action-adventure sci-fi fantasy tune I know of. I actually do love this character. If you've never seen the original He-Man, I think you should. He is a little bit funny in the 2002 series. But, like I said, I like the original Orko better. What did you think of this list? Do you have a favorite comic relief character in an action-adventure or sci-fi fantasy tune? Please feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, like and subscribe, because I'm going to need all the subscriptions subscribers I need. Trying to get close to 100 and possibly do that Q&A I've been wanting to do. Because I'm just eager of doing it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm the Big D, saying until next time, see ya.